Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine HyVee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine, streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
Woo! Hello, friends. Welcome back. It's Hy-Vee Today. This is Tony Tone wearing purple because the suggestion, as our friend Megan Francis said on Monday, is for everybody to wear purple on Wednesdays to show people that you support Alzheimer's, and it's also Muscatine's color. So I'm rocking the purple Hy-Vee polo, which every time I wear it, somebody at work says, "What, are you working in the floral shop today?" And I say, yes, because I'm a rose. Okay. So, yeah, no, I like this this polo, and you should wear purple on Wednesday. It's something you can do. Today's also Wellness Wednesday in the store, and you can save 10% off everything in the health market, health and beauty care products, and organic produce. So I need toothpaste. So I'm going to save 10% off on toothpaste. Maybe you want to get some, vitamins. Those are 10% off. If it's in the health market, it's 10% off. So it's a great opportunity to save. And as I said, organic produce also included in that, and health and beauty care items. So if you need toothpaste or a toothbrush or deodorant or whatever the case may be, Wednesday is an awesome opportunity for you to come into the store. If anything, I might get an extra 10% off because I have a 10% everyday discount as a Hy-Vee employee. Plus, it's Wellness Wednesday, so maybe that becomes 20% off for me. I don't know. I'll find out. And hello to Tracy, who's watching on Facebook. Thank you for being with us and everybody else that's out there. Chef Scott is cooking lunch today. Speaking of Wellness Wednesday, he's trying to have a healthy option on Wednesday. So when you come to the store for lunch today, you're going to see Chef Scott has mojo shrimp with black bean corn salsa. It's straight out of June's Seasons magazine. It's going to be available as nachos or a salad as a healthier option, right? So last week he did these shrimp tacos that were wrapped with lettuce, and they were unbelievable. And mojo shrimp, it's in the magazine. It looks good, and it'll taste even better. Chef Scott, come in and see him. We'll talk more about his other specials later in the week. He's got lunch Thursday, dinner Friday, and seafood Saturdays, okay? The Fuel Saver Flyer is back. So this is very exciting. If you've come into the store anytime over the last 2.5 years that I've been here, we've had a Fuel Saver Flyer that you can grab when you come in, and it's a good opportunity for you to save at the gas pump. So you've maybe noticed the price of gas is kind of creeping back up a little bit. I understand that. If you don't have to pay full price at the pump, don't. So we'll have this. It'll be available when you walk in. You can see things like cowboy or cowgirl chicken griller patties. Those jumbo red Argentinian grilling shrimp are on there. Iowa craft beer, grape tomatoes, bakery fresh banana bread, salads from the kitchen, flowers, charcoal, bug soother with the Fuel Saver. So grab one of those and come into the store and get ready to save. And then the last thing I'll mention, I know I had a couple of things on the list, but I want to get rolling. We'll talk about the local ad that started on Monday, and it's on the back page of the newspaper this week. This is good at both of our stores with some super savings, okay? So the super sale, good through Sunday, Hy-Vee purified water, Ballpark hot dogs, seasoned pork chops. I said hot dogs with like an accent. Did you catch that? Ballpark hot dogs. Sturzing's potato chips. Those are awesome, made in Burlington, Iowa. Got some fresh ones in this morning. Sometimes they make them, bag them, and we get them the same day. That's pretty cool. Yellow onions. Good combination. Maybe you make your own little French onion dip. That's Smart ice cream. Powerade is on there. Bagels, Twizzlers, hand sanitizer, hanging baskets. It's a good-looking ad. And, of course, wine and spirits at the bottom, ready to take care of you now through Sunday here at the store. Okay, let's get to our guest that's patiently waiting. It is cold in here today. We got this, I don't know if you can hear, we got this air conditioner. It's just cranking. It's never like this. So I don't mind it as a not small person. It's very nice for me. Christy Roby Williams is back. She is the Director of Public Health with Trinity Muscatine Public Health. And if you're thinking to yourself, was Christy on the show last week? The answer is yes, she was on the show.
I was here.
But we were talking last week about how many different services are under the public health umbrella.
Yeah.
And you said we could spend probably over an hour and a half talking about
for sure.
all of them, and here you are. So we're going to talk about 4th of July, but I just want to very briefly, because I keep an eye on the daily updates with the COVID-19, and it seems like, Christy, we've had a couple of days where there have been no new positive cases in Muscatine County, and that's encouraging, right?
It is encouraging. Yeah. Absolutely. There's only been 2.
Wow.
As I looked last night, so these lives updates are done consistently on the IDPH website, and I think there's been 2 positive increases since the end of last week.
Wow.
So it's really slowed. We want to keep that pace going. I know there's so many things that have opened back up. We're going about as if everything is normal, but gosh, we got to continue to use those precautionary measures, Tony, because what we'll see then is we're seeing this, and then we'll see the rise back up.
And that's the thing. I feel like if people are just understanding of, keep doing the right thing, and because when I see no new positive cases, I don't go, oh, I'm going to go have a party, or I'm going to go, to a highly populated place, or, you know what I mean? I feel like let's keep it up so that that number stays here.
Correct.
Versus going back in the other direction.
Right.
And I'm with you. I'm optimistic that that's happening, but I don't want people to get, because the last thing we want to do is go through another round of like, well, there's a spike and we got to close things down. So I just hope people understand, like, we're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, and I think it comes around to our human nature of complacency. We get used to, we're good, we can be out and about, and it's not my problem. That happened in a long-term care facility, or that happened in a meat manufacturing company. But all of the individuals that work in these facilities are our county residents. They're our people. It's impacted our people, and so we have to continue using the precautionaries. I beg of you, please. I'm not seeing it all the time, but we have been nailing it, y'all. We're lowering and slowing the curve.
Good.
So just keep using those precautionary measures.
Yeah, and the last thing I'll say is, sometimes it takes knowing someone that's had it, right?
Yes.
That's my brother-in-law had the coronavirus. My brother-in-law had it. He's, 28? He's 28 years old.
Young, in my view. Very young.
Doesn't have underlying health issues, and he had it. So please keep that in mind, because I think there's a lot of people that are like, well, I don't know anybody that's had it. Well, the reality is there's been almost 600 people in Muscatine County that have had it. So that's a lot of people, in my opinion, right? I mean, that's more than I want to have a number, right? I mean, I'd like it if we had nobody that had it, but that's not realistic. So, but I do think that exists where, because nobody in your little circle has been impacted, you don't take it as seriously.
I think that goes on with all things related to humans.
Sure.
If we have lived experience, we have a deeper understanding of what's going on.
Yep.
If we don't have that, we feel detached, disconnected. We're not making those connections. We don't have that true understanding and or empathy. So that is a very good point. And behind the scenes at Public Health, we've seen the tragedy in families, from young people, teens, 18-year-olds, young people in their 20s, every age category. The one I really struggled with was somebody in their teens who was hospitalized and intubated for a very long time. The parents could, the patient's parents could not go see them.
Jeez Louise.
And I have an 18-year-old at home.
Right.
And so just that, and we struggled and we advocated to help them get connected, either through a virtual connection or something. It was heartbreaking. And there's many more stories like that. I have to be careful in sharing the stories, but know that they're real and they are impacting all people. All people. COVID knows no boundaries, Tony.
And that's what's unfortunate about it. And it's a reality, and it's here. And of course, we all want it to go away. We want to be able to snap our finger, have a vaccine, not have to talk about it again. But it's out there. So that's why, as we transition into 4th of July, that's why a lot of communities have made the decision, Christy, to cancel activities that encourage large gatherings. And it's tough. And my column in the newspaper this week is about summer 2020 being different. But it's also about the fact that I've had a lot of, I'm 36. I've been alive for a lot of summers. So if one summer is different, I'm okay with that. But what I'm wondering is, certainly on June 19th, there will be a large tent in our parking lot selling fireworks, and that helps out MCSA, which is great. But I'm wondering if we'll see an increase in people buying fireworks and then lighting them off at home. And the ultimate goal is to be safe.
Yes.
Right? I know that I live in a residential area, and even though fireworks are legal, and I may have lit off a mortar shell in my driveway last year, and then after realizing how powerful that was and watching it go up, I was like, I'm not going to do that again because I have neighbors really close by. Are you concerned? And I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer. I'm pro fireworks. Be safe, be smart. But are you concerned at Public Health that there will be an increase in the backyard 4th of July fireworks show, which could potentially lead to folks in the ER or needing help?
Yes. So public health, keep in mind, our focus is always going to be around injury prevention. And so fireworks can definitely bring about many injuries, unwanted injuries to individuals. We saw a lot of news articles last year of people losing limbs. So it has to come with some safety precautions. There's usually some education associated with the firework you're buying. So educate yourself on how to do it safely.
Sure.
I think, with fireworks being opened up to our state, it's come with some independent opportunity for each community to create some regulatory around it. I will tell you, the first year I sat on a friend's patio that overlooks the riverfront and was watching the city park, and there were fireworks and bottle rockets being let off around children.
Oh.
And they weren't going straight in the air, one went, and so this is what I'm talking about. So you have to be mindful of what you're doing, where you're doing it, how you're doing it. I understand and respect, this is part of our American tradition. We do fireworks, it's what we do every year, and so we can still do that. I just think, and I'd love to share more data with you to have that impact on people's brains. They can be dangerous too.
They can. Well, listen, everybody has a friend that's a pyro, and that's my friend Marty. And at his wedding 5 years ago, as his best man, I said, I think that was the first thing I said. My friend Marty is a pyro. He was the guy in 7th or 8th grade, and this is like seared in my memory. This is like a core memory. He was taking apart a firework and basically pouring whatever, I don't want to say the gunpowder, but into a glass bottle in an alley behind his house, and then he dropped a match in, and I literally watched a ball of fire come up a glass bottle and hit my friend in the face. And he didn't lose an eye. He lost half of an eyebrow.
He's fortunate.
He's very fortunate, and he had some burns. And of course, because it's my friend Marty, he turned that into a sob story that got him a lot of free ice cream that summer from the nice girls at the ice cream place. But after seeing that, I thought, I don't know about it. And like I said, I'm pro fireworks, but I also just told you guys last year in the driveway, watched the mortar go up, and I was like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen again. And then like the year before at our old house, I had a little setup in the backyard, and the container that was holding the bottle rocket fell over, and to your point about it went like this at my neighbors in the alley, and that I felt terrible. So I think you can be safe and smart, but you have to understand if you're lighting something, like, where is it going?
Yes.
And who could it potentially impact? You have stats about, are these
I do.
Muscatine County stats?
These are national. These are national stats.
Sure.
So we do have a fireworks position statement that was put out by the Muscatine County Board of Health.
Perfect.
So I'm pulling it from that specifically. So this is according to the National Fire Protection Association. Fireworks start an average of 18,500 fires per year, causing an average of 3 deaths,
Oh my
40
gosh.
injuries to humans, and an average of $43 million worth of loss
Whoa.
associated with property damage. And I will tell you, Tony, I think it was 2 years ago when, or it was 2 or 3 years ago that was passed.
Yeah.
I saw many posts, some by our different law enforcement departments throughout the county.
Sure.
And I saw someone's swinging back porch swing, dual seater. The top of it had an awning, and somebody's bottle rocket was sitting there, and the whole top of the awning was just that aren't.
True. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very true. And that first year, driving through town, 4th of July, I remember feeling like, wow, I felt like I was driving through,
That was so scary.
like, I don't know, there was just smoke and fireworks going off like every corner. And again, I'm not saying that I don't enjoy it, but it was kind of intense. you
It
know?
was.
It was like, okay, this is a thing.
Yeah.
So it's just important to not find yourself in one of those statistics. And I don't think it's unreasonable to talk about it. And it's not, like, again, it's certainly not something that folks at public health are like, oh, we can't wait to see what the stats are after this year.
Yeah.
Like, nobody finds joy in that. I mean, if
No.
anything, people at the ER, working at the ER on a holiday, they'd rather have a boring night, probably.
Correct.
Right? They'd rather have a quiet 4th of July is on a Saturday. Can we just not, like,
Yes.
they don't want to see you in the ER on the 4th of July. I think that's safe to say, right? Like that's probably okay. Is there anything else connected to 4th of July that we need to? Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Good.
So
Yeah,
as
please.
you said, the ER, it's
Sure.
not just maybe fireworks safety, but
Okay.
it's, this is summertime.
Sure.
And so we really want to think of the summer safety, the important stuff. So the CDC, if you go to the CDC, they have great summer safety tips.
Okay.
Again, our one true source. And you can go on there. There's great information about the importance of taking those simple, common sense precautionary measures. Again, public health is all about injury prevention.
Sure.
And so there's swimming safety information
Okay.
on there for adults and for children. There's heat exhaustion and stroke information, so stay hydrated. And I learned a long time ago from Jalissa's soccer coach, Megan Randall. Stay hydrated, kids, as she was coaching them. And hydrate doesn't mean drink water that day. Hydrate means getting your buildup of hydration in your body before going out in the heat and continue to maintain that hydration. Sunburn is a big one. We want to make sure that we're getting SPF coverage, sunscreen on children and adults. The UV rays are the highest and the most dangerous from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So if you can reduce being outside maybe before 10 or after 4, that's helpful. We have lots of bikes out and about,
Yes,
and
we do.
so I love that picture of all the bike riders there.
Yeah.
Look at all those helmets that fit well, and so that's what I wanted to say about that. Harper's here in Muscatine is a great business who will help you see if you have a fitted helmet. What does fitted mean? It doesn't mean the straps are hanging down because I'm too cool to buckle it. You got to buckle that in and make sure that it's firm and it's not moving on your head, because there is a lot of brain injury accidents that come from bicycle accidents. And then a big one, well, 2 more, insect protection.
Okay.
It's mosquito season. Mosquitoes carry a lot of disease. So wear repellent. I know DEET is not a favorite, but it is the repellent that works to keep mosquitoes away.
Sure.
And we have ticks, tick-borne diseases
I
that
feel
impact
like
our public.
Ticks are, after seeing a couple like videos on people like removing ticks from either themselves or a pet, ticks are the worst.
They are. They're
I mean,
gross.
It's absolutely gross. Like, I
It
think
is
I'd
gross.
rather, like, there was a giant dead snake in my neighborhood the other day, like a big snake.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's terrible for that snake, but where was it going? But then I feel like with ticks, it's just, but it's part of, something you have to worry about when you're outside, and you got to pay attention because they that Lyme disease is no good.
It is no good.
And it impacts a lot of people and pets, of course, which is unfortunate. What else was after?
One more.
Yeah.
So 1 in 6 Americans get sick from eating contaminated foods. So talking about the ER.
Sure.
There's a lot of food safety tips on the CDC, and that's one of the main things. We at Public Health, we deal with a lot of the foodborne illnesses and helping people through that, and some of the contaminated water issues that happen during summer. So please make sure that you go check that out at the CDC. Those are all kind of summer safety tips along with the fireworks.
I think that's great. And honestly, again, you know, this summer, if anything, with a lot of events and activities not happening, people will be outdoors more.
Yeah.
You'll see more folks on bikes, to your point.
Yeah.
And yeah, like maybe you don't think you look cool with a helmet on, but what happens if, because we've all gone over the handlebar, right? I've done it. It's terrible. I remember riding a bike, no helmet, and hit a bump, and the next thing I know, it's like slow motion, and I'm like, oh, there's my bike. And I totally, you know, biffed it on the sidewalk, no helmet, made it out okay. But what I'm saying is, like, they don't want to see you in the ER for that either.
No.
And if you can be preventative, and yeah, kudos to Harper's for literally saying, for someone like me that's got a huge head, you're going to need a helmet that fits right, and that doesn't, because if it doesn't fit what Greg Harper would tell you, because I've known him for so long, just like you, like, if it doesn't fit, it's not going to protect you.
That's right.
Right?
That's
like,
right.
It's no good. But yeah, I mean, I think those are all really good points to mention, and if anything, maybe this will be the summer where all of us will be outdoors more, and that's great.
It is great.
And it's definitely something that's been happening during the pandemic, with people limiting interaction but still getting outside.
Yes.
And now we're just in that part of the year. I have so many coworkers that are sunburnt. And I'm like, you're an adult, right? I'm like, you're an adult. Like, I cut the grass on Sunday, and I stopped, and I was like, I'm not going to get sunburned. So, and we have young kids, so we've got like the SPF 5000, which is like kind of rough to put on. So my nose was just, I mean, I looked like the total dad. But guess what? I didn't get sunburn either.
That's right.
And I was telling one of my coworkers that a long time ago, I got sunburnt so bad, blisters. I think I had sun poisoning. And from that moment on, I was like, I'm not going to let that happen if it's something I can control.
It is.
You know?
It's a cancer prevention. You can be preventative about it.
Yeah.
And do you want a nice glow if you have light or fair skin?
Yeah.
It's usually typically a desire, not necessary, but you can wear SPF and still get maybe not SPF 5000, but you can still get a nice summer glow, get some sun, vitamin D, which is good for your body.
Totally.
Being outside is good for our physical health and our mental health. And COVID can still be transferred, so make sure you continue to do your social distancing, but the air and the ventilation is better outside than inside. So if you have get-togethers, keep folks outside. Try to keep chairs distanced and people distanced.
Okay. I feel like, you know, we've seen people, larger numbers of folks, not together, but just, you know, go through like a Discovery Park, and you'll see people out and about. We have so many great trail systems, and Muscatine County is really equipped for being outside. And just, you know, like when I took a short little drive to Wilton on Sunday, I was like, man, I could just spend time in Wilton. There's a lot of, you know what I mean? All of our communities are set up to be outdoors, having fun, but then at the same time, like don't get sunburned. And we're getting close to that humidity season where you walk outside and it feels like someone's holding a hair dryer and it's hard to breathe, and it's definitely a concern as we get older, and we know that there are people that are our neighbors that are, my mom is, you know, God bless her, she probably has turned the air on in her house once, and she has it set at like 79 and a half. And that's just because like she grew up and there was no AC in the house back in the day. But like, don't feel bad turning the air on. And listen, that's a great graphic right there. If you're going to a park with the kids, because they have opened up playgrounds again. They have. But we still need to be smart.
Yes.
And just be aware, you know, like be aware that when you're out there, It's okay to have concern.
Mm-hmm.
But please also, get some fresh air, to your point, Christy.
Yes.
Like, even I know friends of mine that have not really left the house a lot, but they're enjoying backyard, front porch, and I can't stress that enough. Like,
Yeah.
if you're self-isolating because you're at risk, please still step outside occasionally.
Yeah, and you can, if you have a driveway or you have a sidewalk or you have a front part of your wherever you live, you can invite people to come over and you can keep that distance.
Absolutely.
If you have a driveway, we call it a driveway meeting.
Right.
Just pull up and sit in your car and chat with that person from a distance. I know many friends that have done that. So you can still, the human connection and sense of belonging especially from adolescence on up, it's important. So if you can make those connections, check on your neighbors, family members, friends, do a driveway, stop by, and say hello. Say hello.
And turn the air on. Like, nobody's giving out medals and it drives me nuts when I see it on Facebook. Like, it's usually, it's in the winter or in the summer, like, my kids keep asking when I'm going to turn the air on, and I told them when it gets 90 degrees. No! If you have central air, turn it on. Like, the other day, my mom was at my house, and she's like, it is too cold in here. And I'm like, you're right, because it's 90 degrees outside. And I'm paying the bill anyway.
Yes.
And I don't want to be miserable.
Yes.
There were like 2 or 3 months last summer, upstairs here, Hy-Vee, air conditioner out. My office was stifling. So, no, I'm not trying to do that. But it is true. We do get stubborn as we get older, and you probably have that neighbor or family member that is like, I'm not turning the... Go tell them that it's okay, because you don't want to have to take them to the hospital for heat exhaustion if they can control it by flipping a switch.
Right, and I do want to, recognize not everybody has air conditioning.
Yes, good point.
So, the important things to do is, can you get a fan? Check in with Community Action of Eastern Iowa. Oftentimes, they have phenomenal programs there. Can get you, or if you have you mentioned a mother, or you have a grandmother or a grandfather who says, I grew up without air conditioning, I'll be fine. See if you can get them a fan. A box fan is fine. We like box fans in our house because we stick them in the window. It brings in the best fresh air at night when we're sleeping.
Absolutely.
So get a fan if you can. Hy-Vee can help you. That's part of a program at Community Action of Eastern Iowa, can help with some of the bills for heat, electricity. So check into that if you don't have, and you can always come to Hy-Vee, or you can come to a public place if you need some cooling down of your body. So know that you can do that.
Yeah, that's a great point. And I mean, it's literally freezing in here right
It
now.
is freezing.
And it's never like that. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a good point. If you don't have any place to go when it gets hot, and you can get out, do so.
Yes.
All right. Anything else we need to mention?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
There's so much of public health. I mean, you could have 4 hours of just talking about all things public health. Are you going live on Facebook this Friday?
So we're going to do a pre-record because I'm actually going to take a day off.
Oh, wow.
Woohoo! And so...
how dare you?
I know.
That's exciting.
So yes, looking forward to
Awesome.
it. It's been a very busy 4 months.
I was
so
gonna say, yeah.
we are going to do a pre-record, but it's going to be with one of our adolescent sexual health educators, and also our Fueling the Future economic navigator, Tyler Bars.
Awesome.
Because this is Men's Health Month.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It is Men's Health Month, Tony.
Okay.
So
Men's Health Month.
So
Great.
check in. We'll play it on Friday, but check that out. You know, men's health is important. Precautionary health and doing preventative work for yourself.
Yeah.
That stuff matters.
Well, I mean, because you work in healthcare, boy, men are the worst at, going to the doctor as we get older, right? I mean, I feel like we can do better. I'm saying that as a guy. Like, it's just one of those things where like, it's probably nothing. Oh, I guess I'm 50. I didn't get that colon. My dad, I'm going to call him out. He's not 50. He's older. Never had a colonoscopy. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
I had one like 3 years ago because I had sensitive stomach. Turns out it was all diet, but I still had it, and it started with, here's how it works. Have that conversation with your PCP, your doctor, primary care provider. Yep. Then they refer you to somebody like Dr. Nad Carney.
Yes.
Who's amazing.
Yep.
Then I accidentally mooned him, which is a whole other story, in the consultation. Then I had the colonoscopy.
Yeah.
And everything was fine.
Yeah.
But I agree. I mean, I think when I hear Men's Health Month, and I know that not all guys are stubborn, and I don't mean to come off like that, but certainly as we get older, we don't put ourselves first.
Right.
And it's not just something that's limited to men. Women are guilty of this as well.
Yeah.
But it's okay. If you think about the amount of time you spent researching low-cut socks or a TV or buying a car. Like if you've spent more than a half hour researching something that you're going to buy, like spices for National Spice Day or your Starbucks drink, you owe it to yourself to take care and think, you know what, I don't know if that feels right. Does that feel weird? You know, yesterday morning, I woke up, my back felt weird. Guess what? I called the chiro, went to the chiro, got adjusted. So we need to be, and it's okay to take care of yourself.
Yes, for sure. And I think it's a pride. If you look at generational differences, maybe how men were brought up, and it could be that impact of suck it up, you're fine. And preventative health care, like for my parents' age group, preventative health care wasn't something that was talked about, but science has evolved and expanded, and we know if you can catch it ahead of time, it's less traumatic on you, and it's less expensive for you, and less impact on your family if you can catch things ahead of time. So yes, you matter, guys. It's Men's Health Month. If you don't have a primary care provider, give us a call at Public Health. We can help connect you in the county. We know the numbers to all. We have Genesis, Mercy, University of Iowa, Unity Point clinics. We'll connect you to whoever your preference is, and get in for wellness screening.
Yes, and a lot of places like Hy-Vee, you know, compensates full-time employees. If I get a physical, if I get a flu shot, if I go to the dentist, go to the eye doctor, I get money back at the end of the year.
Yeah,
and it's
that's
fantastic.
Nice. Yes.
So whatever the incentive is, just, you know, do it for your family members so that you can, you know, continue to be there for them. All right, so we've covered a lot of ground today. And before you go, I want you to try the Toyota Muscatine What's in the Box.
Boy.
All right, have you done this on the show?
Yeah,
you
the
did.
first time was
That's right.
last week.
All right, last week was the first
and
time.
I had stinky cheese.
That's right, you had the Limburger cheese. I forgot about that, Christy. All
Thankfully, I didn't have to eat it too.
Yes, no, that would have been not enjoyable. Christy Roby Williams, Director of Public Health, Trinity Muscatine Public Health. All right, so close your eyes, hands in, push the doors open, and let's see here. What is in the box?
Supposed to look.
Don't look.
I'm not looking.
All right, so see if you can guess. I'm going to try and give you a hint because it might be connected to today is June 10th. It's National Iced Tea Day. It's Egg Roll Day. It's Black Cow Day, Herbs and Spices Day, and Ballpoint Pen Day.
Oh, these are pens.
Yes, those are pens. That's great. Look at that.
And
I think, is that the same? That's like my favorite. Is that my favorite pen? Is it a Paper Mate? I have a Pilot, but I love, there's something about a good pen. Are you a good pen person,
I love
Christy?
good pens.
I do too.
I love good pens.
These Pilot, whatever, G2, I don't know what's so good about it, but I just like it. Good for you. You nailed it. Toyota Muscatine, What's in the Box.
Yeah, the last clue helped.
The last clue gave it away a little bit.
Because I was stumped.
All right. Well, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work. I'm super excited you're taking a day off.
Yay,
that's fantastic.
Me too. Dwayne and I are going to power wash the house.
Oh my God.
Good stuff.
What a day off. And definitely check out Trinity Muscatine Public Health Facebook for the latest, or visit them on the website. All right.
Thank you.
Okay, let's go to the CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. I'm waiting to see if Roman from the bakery is going to stop by. He was going to mention his BOGO sale, but if not, that's okay because we have other things we can talk about. All right, so we'll go CBI Bank and Trust aisle cam. National Ballpoint Pen Day. Get a good pen. There's something about a good pen that I'm pro good pen, right? I am pro good pen. National Egg Roll Day. Boy, doesn't that sound good? Egg rolls. I've got some egg rolls here. And of course, where the CBI Bank and Trust aisle camera is set up today is near Hy-Vee Chinese, and you can see the HMR case, which is like meals ready to go. So there's a whole bunch of different food right there that you can take home, you can heat it up, and dinner is made easy. There are some egg rolls in there like we have right here. These are, all you have to do is heat them up, right? So you're going to microwave them, you're going to put them in the oven. They're real. Maybe you like cold egg rolls. Are there people that like cold egg rolls? I don't know. I don't find myself in that category, but that's okay. You know, these are vegetable egg rolls, and then I've got chicken egg rolls right here. Okay, so check that out. Chicken egg rolls. I can't believe how cold it is in here. It's wild, isn't it? That air is like never on, and all of a sudden it's like we're storing flowers in here again. It's fantastic. And then National Spice Herbs and Spice Day. So we've got a good-looking collection of spices right here that we'll show you that are, again, available here at the store. And I feel like everybody has, I bet right now at your house or your apartment, your home, I bet you've got a spice that is older than 2 years. I can tell you that when we moved last summer, we found a spice that was like 7 years old. And it's one of those things, like for us, all of the spices are in a cabinet above the microwave, and it's a total mess. It's not organized. You know, you could probably reach up there and find like a minced onion from 1975, right? So you got to have it, though, right? We've got a great-looking selection here. And then National Iced Tea Day. Here's some iced tea. Look at that. They also make some iced tea here in the Market Grill, which they sell. And if you find yourself an iced tea fan, now listen, you can make your own. Certainly, we've got the tea bags ready to go. You can buy it. You can put it, in the container. Maybe you set the container on the back porch and you let the sun do its magic, and you feel like you make the best iced tea ever. This is what I like about unsweetened iced tea. Look at the nutrition label. Nothing in there. Look at that. Why do they even need to have it? I don't know. But there is nothing bad in this. This is unsweetened. Some would say that this is boring. I would say it's fine. Hot day, ice cubes, unsweetened iced tea. You're good to go. Okay? You're totally good to go. All right. So if Roman doesn't stop by, that's okay. I'm not too worried. Maybe we'll see if Jay's got some prop egg rolls for us. But I want to mention a couple of things that are going on at the store. So it's Wednesday, and I guess I can go kind of in order of events. So the Wellness Wednesday, right, happens every week. 10% off Health Market, 10% off organic produce, 10% off health and beauty care items. So let me just give you an example of a great deal. So right now in the produce department, they still have some of these Driscoll organic blackberries that are 99 cents. That's a savings of $4. Now, since it's an organic product, you would take 10% off of that already cheap 99-cent Driscoll organic blackberry price, and you'd save even more on it. So that's what I'm saying, right? Like, there's so many good deals in the store already. Then, by the way, it's Wellness Wednesday, all the vitamins, all the gluten-free products. I told you I need toothpaste, so I'm going to get some toothpaste today, and I'm going to save. So please don't feel bad about taking advantage of Wellness Wednesday, because it's a great deal. How about Chef Scott? My man, Chef Scott. In the kitchen with Chef Scott. The menu this week looks real good. We'll look at this together. We'll go over what he's doing. And then, of course, you stay tuned to the Facebook and Instagram accounts to see these offerings. So Chef Scott is taking a recipe from the Seasons magazine, and he's going to bring it to life for Wednesday lunch today. And Chef Scott is walking this way, as a matter of fact. So on the agenda for today, for lunch, is mojo shrimp with black bean corn salsa that is featured in Seasons magazine. I feel like I'm on the Food Network. And then Chef Scott's going to have that as nachos. So in the Seasons magazine, it's as nachos. But since it's Wellness Wednesday, he's also going to do it as a salad. And just by clicking our heels, Chef Scott is here. Skip Armstrong are here. And this, ladies and gents, let me hold up this. This is from the Seasons magazine. Look at that. And Chef, if you want to clip a microphone on, there should be one right by your, I think it's clipped onto the tablecloth by your left hand. Look at that. That is brought to life. Skip, it smells so good. Have you tried it yet?
I have not, but I am definitely getting it for lunch, hands down.
Wow.
No doubt.
This is fantastic. Chef Scott, mojo shrimp, what does that mean for the folks that are going to see this? What is mojo shrimp?
So mojo is it's a Cuban marinade. It's made with sour oranges, but we sell fresh produce at Hy-Vee. So I can't get green oranges here, so
Yeah.
it's basically orange juice, and I added lime juice to get that sour orange juice appeal.
This looks fantastic. So the nachos are straight from Seasons Magazine.
Straight from Seasons.
And then the salad is a healthy option.
Yep, lower carb option.
Yeah.
Less sugars, less carbs.
It's a great idea.
So.
I'm taking a picture of the nachos in case any of us want to try it before we make it look less pretty. Skip, this is super cool. And for someone like myself, I'm not anti-seafood, but I don't make it that often. So to be able to come in and get something, at a great price made by a professional chef just makes sense, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And everything that we use here, we can get from the seafood department, and Chef Scott can give you tips, tricks, anything you'd like, show you how to make the food, give you pointers, and yeah, it's all a great deal.
All right, so what time today, Chef? 11?
Yeah, it'll be ready to go at 11 by 11.
11 a.m.
Yep.
So you just come in, and here you go. Look at these two options. Bringing the Seasons Magazine to life with the mojo shrimp nachos. And by the way, we should mention those chips are fried fresh in the kitchen, right? Those are the best chips ever.
Best chips ever.
Ever. Seriously. They are. I mean, it just makes it that much better if you know that it's fried fresh. Today's also National Egg Roll Day.
Oh,
I don't know if you guys knew that, right? So we're just talking about egg rolls and the fact that we've got them here at the store, and there's nothing wrong with coming to Hy-Vee and buying, I don't know, it was a week or two ago, I just brought home 8 egg rolls. And my wife was like, why? And I was like, I don't know. I just, you know what I mean? Do I have to explain myself for bringing home 8 egg rolls?
Yeah,
No.
Why does snowflake? I mean, let's go.
Right. Do any of you want to try the nachos? Because I'll go in.
Yeah.
I'll try it.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. I feel like we have to do this for the sake of science. We got a good picture of it. So, Chef, what is on this nacho?
So we have some mango, a little black bean and corn salsa,
Wow.
cotija cheese, the mojo vinaigrette, so it's
Yeah.
olive oil, orange juice, lime juice, a little cumin, some salt and pepper.
This looks... Chris, can you zoom in on this? I'm prolonging my bite just because I feel like this looks beautiful. Look at that! That's in the Seasons Magazine. You can make it yourself, or Chef Scott has it done for you today. I don't know if I can one bite this. I'm trying.
Not with that attitude. Not with that attitude.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Definitely. Well done, Chef.
Right on.
That shrimp is crazy good. Oh my gosh. That's fantastic. There's so much going on. I don't think I've ever had shrimp on nachos. Ever.
No.
In my life.
Super
But-
summery, super light. You can go eat that, and then
Wow.
you can still go jump in a pool and not feel painful.
I love it. Wow, if anybody has a pool out there, I got an inflatable pool. Brad, can we put up Chef Scott's menu? So since you're here, I want to talk about what we're doing. So today's Wednesday. This is the feature for Chef Scott, straight out of the Seasons Magazine. And then tomorrow is Thursday, another lunch offering. And you love a Cubano sandwich.
Yeah, it's
So
like
what is it about that type of
top tier.
sandwich that you, because you've been really excited about this. What is it about a Cuban sandwich that you love
well,
so
it's
much?
just like the slow roasted marinated pork, and then
Yeah.
it combines with like the salty ham, and then like the creamy cheese, and acid from the pickle and the mustard, and then you have this buttered bread that's been pressed down, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
So it would be one thing, Skip, if it were just like a Cuban sandwich, but tomorrow, Thursday, is also National Corn on the Cob Day. And Chef Scott was like, what if I did a elote corn? Have you had elote corn before?
I have not had a lotte corn before, but I'm excited to give it a try. It's
Yeah.
going to be good.
So Chef Scott, for the folks at home, when you talk about elote corn, can you explain what that
It's
is exactly?
just street corn. You grill it. There is a bunch of mayonnaise on there. You have your spices, a little cotija cheese. It's awesome. It's just this rich,
Yeah.
flavorful, fresh corn on the cob that you can't. It's hard to describe until you try it.
Oh my gosh, we're having,
Oh, so much food.
Dana, thank you. That was, what a surprise. That was amazing. Dana just slid in a plate of egg rolls. National Egg Roll Day. Look at that. And crab rangoon. That is so awesome. All of a sudden, a plate, I love this show, a plate of egg rolls just appeared. Wow, that's fantastic. All right, let's go back to Chef Scott's menu for a second. I'm gonna set these down here. I want to go back to the menu just to show the folks again this Cubano sandwich that's available tomorrow, Thursday, for lunch. So again, 11 a.m. is when it's going to be ready, right? 11 a.m. Zoom in on that, fellas, if we can. Do a little pinch zoom on that menu. So the Cubano sandwich, is it a big sandwich, Chef
It's
Scott?
going to be a big sandwich.
It's going to be a big sandwich.
It's going to be a big sandwich. So it's going to be about a foot-long sandwich.
Wow.
So you're going to cut that in half, stack it up. It's going to
Awesome.
It's going to be real nice.
And then the elote corn, just a great side, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you never thought a Cuban sandwich and elote corn, but it's National Corn on the Cob Day.
I mean, put it on a stick. Go outside. Go for a walk. Just
Right. Take your corn on the cob for a walk. So that's Thursday, and then the Friday night dinner. This is fun. So look at this, Chef Scott doing dinner Friday night, pulled pork sliders, and it would be one thing to just do pulled pork sliders, but you thought you could do a couple of options. So on the plate Friday for dinner, it'll be 3 sliders with all different kind of sauce, right?
yes.
So Asian barbecue, Carolina barbecue, and it says Bush Light barbecue.
Yes.
What's the science behind taking Bush Light and making it into a barbecue?
Well,
sauce?
there's a lot of sugar and a little hoppy acid notes in beer. So
Okay.
I mean that pairs well with barbecue and smoky flavors. I mean we have Bush Light brats. Why not have a Bush Light barbecue sauce, right?
It's a fantastic idea.
I'll be in the science kitchen today figuring that one out. So.
Skip, have you ever had a Bush Light barbecue sauce?
I don't think Bush Light barbecue sauce existed before Chef Scott, honestly.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I mean, we certainly, like Chef said, we have the Bush Light brats here, but as far as a Bush Light barbecue sauce, I don't know if anybody's done it. Carolina, so there's definitely different parts of the country that are known for barbecue sauces.
Yep.
And Carolina's barbecue sauce is different how?
Well, there's different regions in Carolina.
Okay.
So you have like east, west, central. I'm using the central one. It's the main one. It's the one that I love. It's mustard based, so it's going to be golden barbecue sauce. So they call it Carolina Gold. It's no ketchup, just mustard, some vinegar, little brown sugar, salt, pepper. I mean, it's absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I was going to say. And the last thing we'll talk about on the menu is these seafood Saturdays. So every Saturday, your plan is to take something that's available in the seafood case and bring it to life. And you're talking about catfish tacos, which again, for people that are watching, catfish tacos, maybe they never thought you could do a catfish taco. Are you going to go with the breaded catfish? Have you made the decision if it'll be like a fillet, or what's your approach gonna
I'm
be?
probably going to do a breaded catfish, little soft fry on that. So it's not going to be a big crunchy tempura like fish and chip style, but it's going to be a little lighter breaded. It's just something where you can take like a fish fry, but hold on to it and walk around. And so
catfish tacos, though, like again, something who would have thought, right? And I think that's the best part. And again, when you're talking about these mojo shrimp nachos, this is in the Hy-Vee Seasons magazine for June. You could make it yourself. You could buy all the products, or you can come in today and have a professional chef make it for you. It's right here, right? You can do it yourself. If you're a DIYer, prove it. Or
page 47. Page
47.
Page 47, Seasons magazine.
So you even know the Seasons magazine. Skip, we should also mention the tenderloins all week, $3.99 is a phenomenal deal. Yep. Right? I mean, that's usually just on Tuesdays, but that's something that people can get excited about. And it makes, again, an easy lunch or dinner.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a huge fan of tenderloins, so when my kitchen manager, Boney, said, let's do them for $3.99, I said, yes, absolutely.
Awesome. Yeah, it's super cool. And then there's like a 12-piece bucket of chicken for like $9.99. So there's a lot of good things going on here at the store. And again, listen, it's maybe this is what you want to do today. I feel like I just got all these props. Like, it's National Egg Roll Day. Look at that. I played it right. So maybe you just want to, this is lunch or dinner. That's fine. You just want a giant plate of egg rolls that were literally fried fresh a couple minutes ago. Go for it.
Yeah.
You know, maybe you're going to make your own egg rolls. We were kind of talking about that in the office this morning. Just different ways you can, what else can you put inside of an egg roll? So that's just great. There's so many good options with respects to lunch or dinner here at the store. All right, well, I'm going to send this back with you guys so I don't just pick at it, but I did get a couple of good pictures. And then that salad, again, healthy option, right? So from the Seasons magazine, shrimp mojo nachos brought to life, lunch today as nachos or a healthy salad is absolutely fantastic. And then it's National Egg Roll Day. Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. That is fantastic. So look at that, right? Egg Roll Day. And what I love, again, is that we've got the egg rolls right here that are in the cold case, ready to go. And then we've got egg rolls right here. And I'm going to do this for science. Mm-hmm. That's good. Here's the thing. They can't put it back in the case, right? So it's essentially an edible prop. And it's National Egg Roll Day. No judgment, okay? This is a judgment-free zone with National Egg Roll Day. All right, very good. Mike Church, come on down. We're going to talk to Mike Church from the meat department because he's got something super exciting. Holy moly. Good. Do you want to clip on real quick? There's a mic right there on the corner of that table. Mike Church is here, and that looks like, if I had to guess, is that ground beef?
Yes, it is.
Holy moly. Now, Mike, I feel like ground beef is one of those things that has been hard to come by. Prices have been tough with the pandemic. Beef market's been struggling. Somehow, you've got how big is that?
That is a 10-pound roll.
Okay, so for the folks at home that are watching, 10-pound roll of ground beef is going to cost them how much per pound?
Well, I was able to find this. This is 85% lean. Now, our signature item, the 85% lean ground chuck, that still has been an item that's been kind of hard to get my hands on.
Okay.
Well, luckily I came across this. This is a 85% lean, 15% fat ground round.
Okay.
Which basically, when you have ground chuck, it's or ground round or ground sirloin.
Yeah.
What that means, it just comes from a different muscle or a different portion. Where like our ground chuck is basically from the shoulder, the chuck area.
Sure.
Where the ground round is more from the hind end of the cow.
Okay.
So this is an 85% lean, 10-pound roll, ground round. We're selling it for $3.99.
Whew.
Matt had me order a lot, so. We're really hoping we can help everybody out a little bit because ground beef, unfortunately, is a little pricey right now. So basically, $3.99 was what we used to be on ground chuck before the pandemic.
Right.
So we're going back to that price on this 10-pound roll, $3.99. Limit 2. We'll see how it goes. If it doesn't get too crazy, we may just open it up and just sell everything I got. But
so
for right now, it's a limit 2, $3.99 a pound, limit 2.
That's such a fantastic deal. And I don't think, as far as we know, nobody else in town
has a 10-pound roll right now. No.
That's 10 pounds, y'all. I know you can get the scope, but sitting here and looking at it in person, so whether you take it home and you are doing some meal prep throughout the week or the weekend, Mike, would it freeze okay?
Actually, this is a couple good things.
Yeah.
So you got a 10-pound roll here, folks. So basically, you could use it for one, if you have a really sharp knife, and you could put it in your freezer, and kind of what we call it is like kind of sting it.
Okay.
So you can kind of get it a little bit harder than this. And then basically what you can do is you can slice it into like, if you get a good sharp knife and leave the plastic on it, and you can slice it to, slice it into any thickness of a hamburger patty you'd like.
That's
right?
Genius.
So it is, and it's fine grind, so it's already been ground once, so it's ready to throw on the grill. Or if you want to, so obviously here's 5 pounds. You can kind of portion it out to 1-pound packs, put it in your Ziploc bag, bam, put it in your freezer. So
I love it. That is super smart. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
Yes,
Freezing it.
but
and
if you want to sting it and slice it into patties, or I would recommend putting it in your freezer for maybe about maybe a half hour, maybe 45 minutes to an hour, depending. So what that's going to do is it's going to make it hard, so then it's going to make it a lot easier to slice.
Awesome.
Just get yourself a good sharp knife, leave the plastic on it, and then slice it. And then as you make the hamburger patties and they fall to the side, you can just take the plastic off and then put them and package them any way you'd like.
That is super cool.
So it's just a little handy way.
So that's a 10-pound roll, $3.99, limit 2. fresh to the store within what, last couple hours?
It just came in today.
Just came in today while supplies last.
And actually, when I ordered them, the guy called me back and he's like, "Are you sure you want to order this many?" And I'm like, "Well, Matt told me he would cover me, right?"
Right.
Were you there?
I was there.
Right,
I was
Matt?
there.
No, I don't know.
It's an awesome deal. That's great. So that's 10 pounds, $3.99 a pound,
Yes.
and when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
Do you want an egg roll? It's National Egg Roll
Not right
Day.
now,
Okay.
but I will. I'm going to tell you something else that we got in today. It's something new.
Okay.
With all the stuff that has been going on, I mean, the individuals who purchase a lot of meat for Hy-Vee as a company have really gotten creative with what's going on, and they have really put their feelers out there and try to find all kinds of different things just so we can sell, just so people can have to eat.
Sure.
And one of the items we have in today, it's 40 5-ounce sirloin fillets for $80. Now, I know you're thinking, Mike, $80. It seems like a lot of money, and it is. Don't get me wrong. I mean, $40 for a tube of meat is a lot of money, but I just had a guy. We put them out today. They just came in. They're on our ad right now.
Yeah.
45-ounce sirloin fillets, their choice. They're frozen, individually cryovac in a box for $80. I just had a guy come in. I just put him out like a half hour ago. A guy has already bought one.
That's fantastic.
But what I'm saying is, there are some different options that we do have available out here. I know we do have our regular sirloin fillets in our case, but we do have this great deal for 40. And you know, we've got Father's Day coming up, Tony, right around the corner.
Yeah, next weekend.
I mean, that'd be a perfect item if our wives are listening right now, right?
That's an amazing gift.
So,
a box of
just
steak.
thinking.
40 steaks.
If you have a
for
father
Father's
out
Day.
there and you have a couple kids in your family, you know, $40, or if you got $80, you can divide that by 2 or 3 people in your family, 4 people.
Awesome.
It's a pretty inexpensive meal for your dad, even though he's a lot worth more than that. But
you're probably a lot like I am, where maybe you get asked, "What do you want for Father's Day?" and you might not have an answer.
Yeah.
And it's a weird thing as you get older. It's a weird thing. Same thing with like Christmas or your birthday.
It is.
What do you want? I don't know. Peace and quiet. Here's what I want. I want a box of 40 steaks.
Well, and
that's
you know,
fantastic.
Here's the deal. I mean, with meat and grilling and smoking now, it's a really, really big hobby.
Yep.
It's even gotten bigger with all the stuff that's going around with, you know, obviously we being quarantined.
Sure.
I mean, we're cooking at home more now than we ever have, right?
Ever. Yep.
With restaurants just now opening up, yada, yada, yada. But anyway, guys are you know, smoking meats and grilling meats. I mean, just doing all kinds of stuff. And I mean, those are great. These are great items that we have. We're going to be doing the same thing for the week of Father's Day with some frozen New York strips.
Cool.
We're going to have a great deal on some frozen New York strips. We'll get to that next week.
Love it.
But for right now, 10-pound roll of ground beef, 40 sirloin fillets for $80. So come on back to the meat shop. We'll take great care of myself and the crew. And that's about all I got for today.
You know what I love is just every day our brats. What are they? $1 each.
Dude,
Other places in town are $1.99. Like, what are you doing?
Muscatine loves brats. I mean, it's crazy. You know, and the thing about it is, it's great that we have so much of a variety. I mean, I think we have with our brat patties, our brats, and our skinless brats.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to sit down and really do it. But I mean, I think there's like 30 different choices for a person.
Unbelievable.
I mean, whether you like spicy or mild or whatever, I mean, we've got you covered. And yeah, I'll tell you what, I always kept, it's so, like on the weekends, I mean, I could put a person on brats 8 hours.
That's all they're doing.
I mean, that's all they're doing is filling brats just to keep them full.
It's
I mean,
awesome.
like our beer brats, I mean, we literally have 2 pans of beer brats, and there's at least 100 beer brats in the case a day. And
you still have some Busch Light brats?
Yeah, that's all we got. Busch Light brats. I mean, we know Busch is the Busch Latte is the signature beer in Muscatine.
Chef Scott was just saying he's doing sliders for dinner on Friday, and he's making a Busch Light barbecue sauce.
Okay.
So who would have thought Busch Light brats in the meat department, and then a Busch Light barbecue sauce? That's wild. 10-pound tube, $3.99 a pound while they last. You're going to see more about that on Facebook. If you sleep on it, listen, that's it. It's while supplies last. And there's a lot of supplies right now, but it will go quickly, so please don't delay. Thank you for stopping by.
All right, thanks,
Appreciate
Tony.
it. And have a good day.
Maybe I'll take one of these.
Yeah, please take one. Listen, whatever you want. It's National Egg Roll Day. The crab rangoons were like an added bonus. We can't put them back in the case. We're going to have to eat them all, right? We're going to have to take one for the team, everybody. All right. Mom always said don't talk with your mouth full. I'm sorry, Mom. But on National Egg Roll Day, it's okay, right? I feel like I get a pass on that, don't I? Okay. I love when people come on the show. It's great when that happens, right? So let's talk about the Fuel Saver Flyer. We'll mention a couple of more things and we'll get out of here for the day. It's back, everybody. So speaking of the meat department, look at that. Meat department on the Fuel Saver Flyer. Seafood department. Wine and spirits on the Fuel Saver Flyer. We scroll down a little, we're going to see bakery and produce and the kitchen and the floral shop. And Brent's got charcoal. Look at that. Charcoal has a fuel saver. It's fantastic. And I love that Bug Soother is right next to it. Shout out to Bug Soother with a fuel saver on there as well. Back with the flyer every week. Don't pay full price at the pump. We can save you money. It's right there on the screen. You're looking at it. Okay? Look at those deals. It's phenomenal. All right? How about the bakery? Let's talk about the bakery. BOGO. The entire bakery. Buy one, get one free. Friday, Saturday. We've done this in the past, but it's just been one day, okay? This is Friday and Saturday. This is 2 days. This is the entire bakery. I know the sign says select items. We're here to tell you the entire bakery is buy one, get one free. Everything included, BOGO, Friday, Saturday. This is a phenomenal deal. Great chance to save, stock up, whatever the case may be. Share with your friends. Be the best coworker. It's awesome. That's this Friday and Saturday. It's 2 days of the bakery BOGO for y'all. All right. The local ad, the super sale. It's for this store and for Hy-Vee Main Street downtown. It's on the back page of the paper this week, and it's got some great deals in there as well. So there's so much going on with respect to what's happening at the store and different ways that you can save money, right? We just told you about ground beef at a great price. Here's purified water. There's ballpark hot dogs. There's seasoned pork chops. There's Sturzing's potato chips, yellow onions, ice cream, Powerade, bagels, Twizzlers, hand sanitizer, hanging baskets at a good price. Wine and spirits is in there. It looks really good. And if we keep that on the screen, of course, shingle shots at the pharmacy. Good way to save on gas in the Market Grill Express here or at the Main Street Grill downtown. And then at the bottom, Friday, Saturday fuel saver. Have not done one of these in a long time. It's happening. It's 25 cents with every $50 you spend. And again, if you don't have to pay full price at the pump, why would you? 2 days to save here at the store. It's just great, okay? The last thing that I'll say is the DSW shoes and sandals, and then we'll get out of here because we're having a longer show than usual, which is fine, right? So okay, so DSW, Designer Shoe Warehouse, sandals and shoes at Hy-Vee, ready to go, half price, 50% off. Shoes, sandals, while supplies last, right near the CBI Superbank location. You can see it right there on the screen. You pick up a box of shoes, box of sandals. If it says $49.99, round it up to 50, cut it in half, it's 25 bucks. If it says $39.99, round it up to 40, cut it in half, it's 20 bucks. So that's awesome, okay? That's a great deal, and those are while supplies last. I want to say thank you to our guests for being here this morning. Christy Roby Williams, the Director of Public Health with Trinity Muscatine Public Health. It was great chatting with Christy about 4th of July safety, about some summer health advisories. They want you to be safe at Public Health, and they do an excellent job. How about Chef Scott and Skip for stopping by with a couple of great ideas for lunch today, straight from Seasons Magazine with the Mojo Shrimp. That was awesome. Mike Church with the Meat Department brought on some incredible deals, specifically 10 pounds of ground beef ready to go for $3.99 a pound while supplies last. And listen, keep an eye on the Facebook page. We're going to continue celebrating National Egg Roll Day. I love Crab Rangoon. That's fantastic. National Egg Roll Day, Herbs and Spices Day. Of course, it's National Iced Tea Day. There's so many good things happening. It's a very busy day. So we'll be back tomorrow live at 8:30 with our friend Ted Maroff from the Muscatine County Freedom Rock Project, which is getting close to being done in Wilton, and an opening ceremony tentatively scheduled for Labor Day weekend. We'll talk more with Ted Maroff tomorrow. Thank you to our friends at CBI Bank and Trust, Toyota Muscatine, and Lutheran Living Senior Campus. Come on over, y'all. Celebrate National Egg Roll Day. Let Chef Scott cook you lunch. Get in on that ground beef deal. And at the very least, we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Take care.
You're watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton. This Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, hyveetoday@gmail.com.